Hey everyone, we are going to be efficient in this stream, working on the design requirement document. And this will hopefully be the document that makes me succeed from these two machines that I built earlier and win the fight against Marble Machine 3. And earlier today, we have been looking at this new idea of having... No, actually, we've been doing something cool. We did a decision matrix. Here it is, the resulting decision matrix. It helped us finding out the VIBRAPHONE design. And that led me to being able to write the first serious design requirements. So we have them here. Not really there. We have them down here in the design requirement document. And I want to clear this document up. So if you look, let me just see down here. Here's my first serious VIBRAPHONE design requirement, and I want to write more today. So if you look in the menu up to the right, today we're gonna make an intro. That's what we do right now.
Whoa!
Then we're gonna have full review, and I'm gonna go through, especially this Jonah Schwartz has been very, very generous with suggestions for improvements of this document. And then I'm gonna write more design requirements. Then we're gonna make another full review of the whole document, and then we're gonna be done. And with me, I have, as always, my friend Sir 3K in the pineapple haircut, which always means we're in for a great stream.
It means we're going down to business. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing great. I see you're tuning in from all around the world. So glad you're joining us. But hey, let's just get to it.
Yes, I'm going to try to get a lot done. So right now, I've actually closed this document during the stream. You can't give suggestions because I want to go over all existing suggestions. So that's going to be the full review. So we're in step 2 of this live stream to make a full review of this document. And for you who has never seen this document before, this is a very interesting learning process for me where I'm learning new ways to think about design. And writing requirements is something I never done. And last stream we made about this document was so enlightening. So right now this document is better than ever, but after that I'm gonna make it even better. Let's just start. So first of all, Stuart Stant. I'm going to make sure you can read these comments. Here we go. I feel like the doc looking good from a design requirements perspective, but it's missing a design tenets guiding principles section. We often use these to help shape or filter the design requirements, e.g. use off-the-shelf components wherever possible over custom parts. Function over form. All features must be in CAD before building. Acoustics is more important than complexity, etc. Designing tenets. Can you Google the word tenets? I think it's like pillars. I think it means what the design is resting upon. But I've never seen it in writing.
A principle of belief?
Okay.
Especially one of the main principles of a religion or philosophy. The tenet, example here, the tenets of a democratic society. Can you
Google the etymology, like tenet etymology, like the what like I want to understand this word. So I agree with Stuart Stant, by the way. We should have a completely new section, design tenets guiding principles. So I'm gonna add this, Stuart, and I'm gonna approve your suggestions. So thanks so much for making it. I think I'm gonna add it as, should it be maybe in the beginning or later? I'm gonna put it as at the bottom of the document for now. No, it should be before improvements, non-necessary nice to haves. It should actually be 0.4 actually. So let me go down to features.
Grundsatser, Daniel Eriksson. Mm-hmm.
Grundsatser is a Swedish translation.
And we have here, what is an example of a tenet? A definition of a tenet is a belief or principle that is held by a group as being true. An example of tenet is the Christian belief that Jesus is the Son of God. An opinion, belief, or principle held to be true by someone or especially an organization.
So, design tenets, guiding principles. I wonder if this is going to be questioned, because some people have been very clear about what should not be in a design requirement document.
The tenets are the earliest foundation of the design.
Okay, then it should be in here, definitely. I'm gonna try to upgrade my list here. So this looks almost right. However, Stuart Stent, thank you so much for your insightful comment. I'm gonna mark as resolved, and thank you for that. That was brilliant.
Another thing that's brilliant is Hector van der A, who generously sent a super chat our way with this beautiful little comment here. Y'all are keeping me company while I am having to replace hundreds of transistors to fix a blown amp. Keep it up and best of luck figuring out MM3. Thank you so very, very much, Hector.
Thank you so much, and good luck with this repetitive work. I do know how it feels.
You know a thing or two about that, do you?
I know how you feel. I guess like on the first 20 transistors, you're like, oh, this is kind of okay, and then you just hit after 30. You're just like, oh no, another one. So I wish you good luck with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only issue here is that user inputs have also received a heading. So let's see if we can go down there.
Yahoo!
And remove the heading format here. Normal text. So that it doesn't appear in our table of contents. I'm using an automated table of contents, and now it's clean. So already a great audition on the first suggestion. And Jonah Schwartz, with all the suggestions, is suggesting to add a footer on each page here, instead of highest up. And I want to keep the pages clean, so I don't see that we need update on each page. So I'm going to reject that suggestion and reject the footer suggestions. I think it's fine to have it only here on the first page. And I see that you don't see the page breaks. Well, you do actually. I'm gonna make it a little smaller for you. And there we go. Why do Grammarly? Everyone is giving me suggestions, even Grammarly. Why do they want a comma of March 17, 2022? Dismiss.
I know better.
So Jonah here. Introduction. Replace statement of purpose. Replace. Jonah suggest. So Jonah has... I'm really impressed that you... I know how you feel, Jonah, when you see a text like this. You just want to make it more efficient. I really appreciate it. So I think I'm going to accept a lot of these. Statement of purpose. So this is the purpose of the sign requirement. And then we have a why. Statement of purpose, introduction. I like it. I'm gonna accept it from Jonah here. Delete. So look, no, I missed here. I'm gonna accept this. This is so cool. I can just click it.
Did it go through there?
Yeah. Not first, but now it just deleted something. So let me see. The purpose of design requirements for Marble Machine 3. So this is just effectivizing the language. I love this.
Yeah.
List all features to ensure everything has been accounted for. It's just an English lesson we get here. So I'm going to accept. I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna accept. Is with R. I'm so bad. Swedish doesn't have R with is, and I'm super bad at this. Maybe it was with Jonas' new text. Define, and also this redundant language. Define the project goal. Instead, define the goal. So this is just Jonah on a roll here.
Yeah.
Making the text. So Jonah, I accept. What? So this long sentence, Jonah will replace with one short sentence. This is a language effective writing masterclass here at the same time. It is easier to make a text better once you see it. I have to make sure. And it's assembled. List all features to ensure everything has been accounted for when MM3 is assembled and in use. In use. Martin is the only CAD designer. Martin is currently...
At the writing of this?
Yes. Not 2,000 employees working within industry standard demands. Our common goal, and delete common to just have our goal in not should be, but is.
Yes.
Love that. Is to not to try to create, delete to try to create.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Delete space. I'm just going to... Whoa. We should try to apply... So Jonah thinks it's just redundant. And I think no one will read this if we are not being succinct. Our goal is to create an effective DR document and apply the most useful DR practices to the MM3. I'm using some Grammarly suggestions as well here. Not a sponsor, just a great service. Should be a sponsor.
Yeah.
So we went from... I should have uploaded like all the version history of this document just for fun, but that's lower on the to-do list. I just want a great document. So we went from something blurry to something succinct.
And like 13 Peep says, Jonah out here putting in work.
Yeah, Jonah is and there's great. So here, this is a language lesson. There are two different reasons. Different is redundant. There are two reasons why I'm doing this project. Why is redundant? So delete and delete. Thank you, Jonah. So here, Pontus Oskarsson. What I've written here is, there are two reasons I'm doing this project. A, I want to go on a world tour playing a Marble Machine live on stage. And Pontus Oskarsson has the suggestion, write as a vision, format to contribution so that impact. Example, the MM3 is to be the central instrument and showpiece that inspires the audience and heightens the experience of the Wintergatan world tour. Going on a world tour and playing live is what you want to do with the MM3. Your vision why statement is what you want to achieve on a high level. This should be your North Star. Okay. Write as a vision. Okay, so... So I think I'm going to rewrite this entirely. I think I'm going to remove the two reasons. I think I'm going to make this more succinct. why. I'm gonna remove all that. I want to make my best effort to build a machine that can play music with marbles on a live concert stage. By creating a CAD file, I want to research, understand. I want to understand the feasibility of this idea. If promising, I will investigate building a physical machine. I'll correct spelling later. If not promising, I can finally give up on the idea with knowing that I tried. Knowing that I tried.
It sounds so... I can finally... It's like...
Okay.
I can give up.
So the why...
It's turning into a how.
Okay, that's not good. We have to avoid that. Why make the CAD model? So this is like... We're nailing down the document to something smaller. So we're in the chapter of the CAD model. I don't want the why for the world tour. Everyone knows the why for the world tour. I see the project we're in right now is only the CAD model. Potentially, we'll see something that can start the next part of the project. Right now, I just want to make the CAD model. So why make the CAD model of Marble Machine 3? I want to make my best effort to build a machine that can play music with marbles on a live concert stage. By creating a CAD file, I can skip the first here. By creating a CAD file, I want to understand the feasibility of a marble machine playing music live on a concert stage. If promising, I will investigate in building a physical machine. If not promising, I can give up on the idea, knowing that I tried. This is great. I think this is like, this shows more, any reader of this document, what we're doing here. Yeah, and this actually will guide the design requirements. So there we go.
And Thomas Turbado, after this couple of weeks work, Martin, do you think the promisingness of the project has gone up, down, or otherwise?
That's a good question. It's today and yesterday. Since I'm starting to think about like how to make the vibraphone, I think it has gone both directions. I know it's more promising because I know we can do it if we want to. It's less promising because I do not know if I want to. So to explain that is that the machine I want to build is going to be very big, and it's not going to look like the previous ones. So Hannes is big into talking about the DNA of these machines. The new machine I'm designing is not looking like this. And you can see that these two machines are too similar. I tried to build the same machine twice, both failed. And now when we have the idea of doing a full-size vibraphone. We are looking into completely new designs, and so we're looking into things like this with a full-size vibraphone. And basically, I'm not sure I want to build this machine, but I'm sure I don't want. I'm sure I don't want to build a copy of the two earlier machines. So both, if that satisfy the answers. Did I make sense, Hannes?
Ambiguity.
Yeah, the ambiguity have increased. Problem statement. Let's see this suggestion here. Okay, so here Jim Ramsey is on the case. Mentioning programming drums seems more like a proposed solution than a problem statement. Is it better to just require that I must be able to quickly switch songs during a concert, and that support staff must be able to prepare the programming of the next song while another song is playing? Here we're getting educated, everyone. A design requirement document needs to be design agnostic. We're not saying how, we're saying what. We're telling it from a user story. So let's look at what Jim commented here. The MM3 will have as few electronic components as possible, have songs pre-programmed, into its dual set of programming drums. Yes, this is definitely not design agnostics. Have songs pre-programmed and easily switchable. Dot allow with capital A. So, oh, I actually removed. I should have accepted the person's suggestion. So that was not design agnostic. Great. And Jonah here has given a completely alternate suggestion, shorter. I think I have to read through both to actually go through this suggestion. You missed a trick here, Jonah, though. Have songs pre-programmed into its dual set of programming drums. I'm only gonna read Jonah's suggestion of a problem statement. The world-famous first-generation marble machine design, which was inspired by classic music boxes and marble machines, precluded successful music production. Why is precluded means? Can you check that? Can you Google precluded? The Marble Machine's successor, the Marble Machine X, was built from the same framework but presented new design challenges, further inhibiting successful music production. The Marble Machine 3 introduced a new design language while maintaining the character, style, and vision of its predecessors, enabling Martin Pan to go on a world tour with a Marble Machine on stage. We can go on a world tour without the Marble Machine on as well.
Preclude.
Yeah.
To make impossible by necessary consequence.
Oh, precluded successful music production. MM3 is designed to contain as few electronic components as possible, have songs pre-programmed, and easily switchable. Allow musicians to dynamically play some of the instruments independent of the pre-programmed song. Mute portions or all instruments. Portions of or all instruments independent of the pre-programmed song. Adjust the tempo. Yeah, I'm going to accept this, Jonah. Boom. Why is it red?
Perhaps he made it red?
What happened here? Delete page break. Adjust the tempo. It's not needed here. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna make it black. This looks good. So that's the problem statement. Cool. Thank you again, Jonah. Here, Kevin Lind. Kevin Lind. Hi, Martin. Hi, Kevin. I saw your live stream and was inspired to add this comment. My focus was starting from your first why statement, breaking it down and trying to be specific without assuming a solution. I hope it's useful. I know you got some clear direction in terms of design solutions, but deciding on the specifics of the songs and instruments will impact designs later, I think. It seems you're moving to a system engineering approach in which there's a requirement document which says what the system does, and then from that you can create system specifications which say how it will be achieved. These can be compared against the requirements to check it satisfies them. Might be worth to have 2 documents or 2 big sections. A spreadsheet could also be a reasonable solution. In any case, I think it's awesome that you're trying to do something very difficult. Thank you, Kevin. Keep up the good work and best of luck with the project and have fun. Yay. What is actually Kevin suggesting here? What the system does, and from that you can create system specifications which say how it will be achieved. Yeah, so what I think you're after here, Kevin, is... oh, yeah, all this is Kevin's text, I think. If I'm not... Or maybe it's some other... Is this yours? Oh, yeah, this whole thing is Kevin's suggestions, I think. Add. So what I'm taking to heart, Kevin, from your nice comment here is that I think we will... So in here, there will be no how. So the how will be CAD, basically. So this document we're trying to write here is only what, and CAD will be the how. Kind of. I'm going to check your text here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. And I'm gonna paste it at the bottom of the document in the sketchpad section. So I don't want to lose it, but I don't see it. I'm not gonna put it in right there. I'm gonna put it here. So if you have any suggestions, please put them in chat, and Sir 3K will cater to your suggestions.
I think Amy Suyoka was on the same thing as the previous. What was the name? Linus? No?
I don't remember.
Okay, but anyway, Amy says Martin just needs to do what most people eventually do, which is shifting into designing the system and not the end product itself.
Oh, that's interesting. And yeah.
Kevin was the name, right?
So I'm copying them up there. We have a clean page here. Let's...
And Mandracule says, yes, there should not be any solutions in the design requirements, only problems if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah. So these design tenets guiding principles, that's actually from this comment that I used earlier. Let's see if I can find this, because that person made some suggestions and I want to add them in here. You can't see what I'm doing. You will see it soon.
Magic will happen.
Yeah. Magic will definitely happen. Here, Stuart Stant had some suggestions here for the design tenets. So I'm going to, so here I'm going to change to normal text. So I'm just going to add some of these, some of his examples here. And then people can suggest I'm gonna make them, maybe I'm gonna customize them a little bit perhaps. Function over form, feature must be in CAD before building, that is redundant. Acoustics is more important than complexity. Everyone would say this is not verifiable, this is not quantifiable. Use off-the-shelf components wherever possible over custom parts. Function. So I'm gonna say form from function is yeah, that's a design tenet. So I'm just gonna say form from function. Use off the shelf. So these are good. These are good ones. Let's move on. This section contains the very highest level, and it's so funny that I use these kind of strengthening words when I write. Very is redundant, and Jonah is like, should we delete the word very? Yes, Jonah, we should. Thank you for that. And then Jonah has made this table. And tables like this always scares me. Because this is kind of like a PBS. So it's beautiful, but I'm bad with editing them. And I don't know if it makes our document easier to read or worse. So we made this kind of thing, just in clear text. Just in clean text. And having all this formatting, it looks beautiful, but I don't know how to do with this. Have I missed something here? So basically, I think it's like, maybe it's the thing that you want this to be a spreadsheet, and we're gonna have so many spreadsheets later.
Spreadsheets are coming.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna use this table here from Jonah. I'm gonna reject the suggestion, and I hope I didn't miss important things there. I'm gonna use just text. I think it's more important in this to keep the design of the document itself like super simple. So here, let's see what we have. Max Tim, yeah. Instruments. Playable instruments for marching should be, but not limited to... Yeah, so... so now we're in the user inputs. So these are not the instruments, actually. So... what happens if I do this? Okay. So I want to use, I'm going to remove these two from Doro. So these are just basically, people want to redo the numbering. I think maybe I should wait with add numbers because everything this is about numbering. I'm going to just do like this. What happened here? So this is basically just formatting. I'm going to remove the numbering so we don't have to deal with this every week. And we can add the number once we start with the PBS system. So here we are listing all the user inputs. Those are the only design requirements that we wrote so far. There we go. Jonah has a comment here on on-off inputs. To be concise, each of these just have to name the input. Each doesn't have to say on-off. The header does that. Ah, Jonah again with the efficient language. That's awesome. So we can do all these.
Cleaning up.
Yeah, but later when I want to copy paste this into our spreadsheet, I feel the redundancy sometimes make it easier to read. So let's just clean this up. Setting these clean bullets. Hard to see what I'm doing when I'm only suggesting. Jonah wants. So the thing, Jonah, is that I don't know how to edit bullets, which makes me want to not use them at all. So let's see how I can just remove this bullet list. I don't like bullet list because I never learned exactly how to. You know, sometimes it creates a bullet list for you.
And you just curse out in the wind.
Yes. But I think you're right, Jonah, that it would look better if you would just have made them the way you wanted them. So right now, I want to keep this document as a useful tool for me to learn how to write design requirements, and excessive formatting of the text will be in the way for me. So perhaps later we can turn this into a super nice spreadsheet or something. We have different styles here, different. We go between 11 and 12. I'm gonna try to make 11 on all of them. Yes, nice. There we go. So I'm gonna remove the numbering. So here's another from Stuart Stant. Program switch AB. Would be cool if this was both per instrument and global. Would require the shift to happen at the registrators rather than the drum. So it is both per instrument and global. We made the levers. So let me show you quickly in CAD for people who are missing CAD.
Oh, there we have it.
Yeah.
Our CAD.
So the
Finally.
So these 5 levers are per instrument group, and this final level is the global lever that switched the whole machine over. So I agree with you, Stuart, and we already did it. Gretzky in the chat. So we just say removing these numbers, locking casters. No wheels on the machine. I think other things has to be yeah, we're talking about how now. Kinetic toes from Simon Rosen.
Simon Rosen is back.
Kinetic toes, well done. See what you did there. It's
God damn it, Simon. God damn it.
Simon Rosen, there's not a person in the world whose suggestions I had to reject so many times as Simon's.
I love it.
Thank you for that, Simon. And Jonah is submitting a caster source, so that's not in this document. That's going to be later in the process. Like we can do community, supply, sourcing. I look so much forward to that, but I'm gonna remove it from this document right now. So this list is not I feel maybe the text is a little bit too big here. What did I do now? Let's go down here and just make this like 9 or something instead. So many user inputs, right? Crazy.
Yes, here Fusion Place asks here, when will an actual video be uploaded? Because sadly, I don't have the time to invest in watching a full live stream. It's your lucky day, because over on Wintergatan, the main channel, every Wednesday, we do a recap of what's been going on these live streams. So there's already 2 up there if you want to check them out. And tomorrow will be a new one. So yeah, we do weekly recaps on that channel. For all of you who don't have the time to follow along here and don't want to be left out. So see you there then. Woo!
Woo! And our goal is to make them between 8 and 10 minutes. Last week I added too many subjects, so it became 16. Tomorrow I'm gonna be 800. Watch me.
Yeah, we'll see.
So they are to the point. Should be to the point. Detail requirements. So here we actually started registrator transportation without inducing errors. Rather than perfect design, errors movement from Francesco, Jonas Schwartz and space. So these are where we are in the point 3 in our live stream. I'm gonna start to write on this. Now I'm just going through all the suggestions to get a clean slate so we can start writing. The machine should be easy to maintain and have spare parts readily available. So from Francesco, I'm gonna accept that from you, Francesco. But fix me, make DR verifiable. So we can't just say easy to maintain. Because so I'm going to do a strike through, and readily is also a strike through. This is just like how we need to think that for a real design requirement, there should be nothing ambiguous, like easy. How do we define easy? For example, to redo this, I have to think a lot, like how to redo this now. I'm leaving it in as a note. Transportation requirements. So everyone the machine to be possible to disassemble. So also from Carl Sagan here, which is this whole suggestion. Orientation, the frame. These are good questions. So I'm going to accept them, but I'm going to put them all down in the notepad.
The comment cemetery.
Yes. But good questions. But it will take some time before I can turn them into design requirements. So there, transport requirements. So we're soon done with this first delete page break. Like this. Delete paragraph 6 times from Jonas Schwartz.
Yes, please.
Heat, humidity, and moisture tolerances for wood and other ductile materials. Yes, I think that's a good one to just leave as a little reminder. Non-necessary, nice to haves. Jonah with the bullet list. I don't know how to use them, Jonah.
Chat is screaming, just learn it, Martin.
They love bullet lists, of course.
Everybody loves bullet lists.
Yeah.
Except for you and me.
You also don't like it.
I always scream into the wind. Curse. Why did you do that?
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, this is basically a bullet list comment again. Okay, so I'm gonna ask actually people to not comment on like the text document formatting. Let's be ultra focused on the words in the document together, and let's not reformat the text document because I'm gonna format it the way I need it to work for me. So I'm gonna actually put that on top here. About making suggestions. Please keep suggestions focused on the text content exclusively. Ignore the text formatting. I think that's that could keep these, because we're gonna revisit this text document I will keep the formatting of this text to a bare minimum while iterating on the text. When the text has materialized, I will add better formatting. So I'm just putting that up there. I do appreciate it though. It's just that I'm not good at it, and I wanna. Point 1 on the to-do list is to write the design requirements. Point 5 on the to-do list is to format the document. Because I'm gonna work so much with it. So if I also need to fight against the formatting, so this goes. The bullet list goes. Design requirements are implementation agnostic. We said that. So let's see here. Oh, these are someone who is helping us not dictate how the system will do it. Yeah, so we've seen that. Design agnostic should be quantifiable. Design requirements should be verifiable. Riveting content.
Yeah. This is brilliant content. God tier content right here.
Lower level requirements are derived from. So I'm just gonna see this text if I. What was this text before actually?
Now we're just scraping everything he's doing here.
This kind of same as above. Yeah, I agree with you, Jonah. So this is a text about how to. I think we have everything up here now. Oh, it's actually a little bit of a lesson here. I'm gonna accept this though. Jonah is making the document easier to read here. Yeah, so I'm going to delete all this. I'm gonna delete all this because I feel we just repeated what was said in these 3 sentences.
Baboom.
Oh wait, there I made a mistake. Accept that suggestion from Jonah.
Jonah Schwartz, what a hero!
Yes,
What a hero!
of engineer assemble.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm just accepting things without seeing what happened. So define the users of the design and define the experience of your users with the product. In user, Jonas Schwartz, in user experience design, that's so cool. User experience design.
Oh, I mean, wrap your head around that.
The rabbit holes we are diving into. Let's take us down into the user experience design rabbit hole. These are called personas. They are characterizations of user types. Each has a specific goal and objective. Performers, how many, what do they do? What does the journey look from prior to the show, after the show, during and between shows? Define everything they do. Stage hands, see above. Performer assistants, such as people who change programming wheel. Same questions. Audience, what is their responsibility?
Well, collecting a lot of marbles.
People who unpack the machine, same questions. Guidelines for handling. In short, define the roles and expectations of everyone who will handle the machine, how they will do it and when. Like a military operation, everyone has a job and everyone should know what their duty is. There should be clear guidelines for each operation, each click of the lever, so there's zero ambiguity and everything flows like clockwork.
Yeah, boof.
You know what this is brilliant, Jonah. So many brilliant people in this audience.
Except those who use the bullet points, right?
But that was also Jonah. So. You know what this makes me think of? Because I'm such a useless manager over other people. There is something with me, and I just know of this weakness I have. So what you're writing here, Jonah, I just want to write it down to remember and learn. But I just realized that these things, I just need to hire the correct managers. So this is great. But I'm just going to accept this lesson and I'm going to remember it. I'm going to add though, different user personas. Wait, I want to paste some stuff from the comment because this is about user story. Where did it go then? Yes. Okay, it's gone. Never mind. Of your user personas, example, performer, stagehand, audience, programming crew with the product. So that's what I take from that company. Add priority levels to features. Shall for highest priority, should for lower. From Patrick Decky. Oh, I remember Patrick Decky from one of our suggestion slides.
Yeah. I remember the name.
Everything is important. Every requirement will be implemented. That's why you have the requirement. Prioritize just guide you in what to design first. For example, if you haven't decided on the height of the machine and placement of all instruments, it is less efficient to design a frame because you will highly likely have to make a change to the frame later. The change of the frame could lead to a chain effect and even more changes will be needed. But it is okay to make a less detailed prototype. I like to look at it like a rocket control. The sooner you decide to change the direction, the less fuel it costs. It is not... This audience uses rocket science to explain things easier.
And they also know how to get to you.
Yeah.
They're using rockets to explain things easier. Yeah. I love that.
Let's dumb this down a little bit. In rocket control... That's the kind of people we hang out with here.
This community is the best in the world.
Yeah, that's why I want to start an engineering DAO with you all, because we would completely rock. I want to like a mechanical engineering DAO and audio engineering DAO. Just let's start it. I'm not going to lead it. It's a decentralized organization. We should just start it, everyone, and offer like, imagine if we could like comment on a company's idea within like 10 minutes, filtered by an intelligent community within 10 minutes, and getting CAD to them like within 20 minutes, 24/7 per day. And that company would like pay some money to our DAO, and we who are the DAO would kind of share that.
I would just want to send Jonas Schwartz out everywhere and just simplify everything for me.
And explains things with rocket control. The sooner you decide to change the direction, the less fuel it costs. It is not really about assigning numbers to features, but rather about the need to think through the consequence of the design steps. Ooh, that's brilliant, Patrick. So what I've been thinking about is like, okay, if I isolate like how important is the programming wheel compared to the double marble gate, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, this, if I make a number here, it doesn't tell me anything. And I just learned why. It's not really about assigning numbers to features, but rather about the need to think through the consequence of the design steps, which means that it's better to start with the fundamental stuff, which we did today with the VIBRAPHONE, and then move up to the smaller stuff. And this whole document, by the way, is written in this. So we go from the big fundamental things, design tenets, guiding principles, into features and detailed requirements and even more detailed requirements. So we go from the high level down. So basically what you're writing here, Patrick, is something I'm trying to learn and to start at the correct point. So I want to paste that. That's a good lesson for everyone right there.
Yes, I thought this comment was great from the organ guy. To be fair, building a rocket is indeed easier.
Jesus, that's why I should give up. We'll see.
BNDNM282. Martin, if you want to see previous comments, there should be a button on the top right to show comment history.
Yeah, I saw it, but it's like 1,000 comments. So I couldn't find it.
What?
But thank you. You're absolutely right. It is not really about assigning numbers to features, but rather about the need to think through the consequence of the design steps. By having an idea of what is most important, you can create prototypes to freeze the design of key components so that you don't have to change them in the future. Patrick, these two sentences are pure gold. I'm going to copy these. I'm going to say pure gold to you here. Pure gold.
Hall of Fame.
And I am going to add them to the comment graveyard. Now,
a lessons graveyard right now.
Lessons. So about what we're grading importance or not. This is good stuff. But it's more of a lesson, and it also tells me here, it actually answers the question, where are we? I'm lost.
Down. There we go, right?
Here. I can't find the place anymore. Here. It was not yellow anymore. Add priority levels to features. Shall for highest priority, should for lower. No. Basically, I'm going to remove that. We're not going to do priorities. Everything is, like Patrick said, everything is important. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team.
There we go. Woo!
Here my sketchpad is starting. Let's go through all the comments. There's not a lot of comments left. So So Chris Stone, will MM3 be put on a pallet for transport? If yes, please include pallet height, and tie down anchors to the frame. We don't want the MM3 to move during transport or pallet jack. So these are all great suggestions, but they're how. So I'm going to add also up here about making suggestions. Keep all suggestions design agnostic. We are only writing the what the user can do with the machine, not the how. See where this comes from. New one by Jonah up here right now. Indent first line in left. Maybe I didn't see that one before. Okay, so. So we're in the sketch pad, and here we're gonna get, we're soon done with this through. Sound nice, should not have unwanted resonance. Machine should not resonate in the changed harmonics. Jonas Schwartz with a good lesson. This needs to be quantifiable. Define nice, please. It's a good lesson. We can't say that something should sound nice. So like when you get to something that is, so how to try to make this subjective, and this is where I'm going to draw the line where
acoustically pleasant.
Yeah, we're not going to invent the wheel of actually quantify what is good sound for a human person. Like you can probably do the work. I'm not going to do it. So we will have we're gonna see later. We just have to make this a little efficient and not transport requirements fit through. A good standard is doors that have a width so wheelchairs can pass. So this is thank you, Eduardo. It's not design agnostic. And there we go. We're done with the first full review. Thank you everyone for brilliant suggestions. It's really forcing me to think. But now we're gonna write ourselves. So let's go home. Let's play a mole.
Let's go home.
Yeah, we go home. That's actually what I'm doing here.
Oh, that feels so nice.
So, the document is clean up here. We're gonna go into this view. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and centered because now we don't need to see the column like this. And what we're gonna work on is, because we have our first design requirements that we wrote. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Features. This section contains the highest level features with little to no detail. So we started with the user input here. Let me just shock you with another category so you understand what this is about. Instruments. Are you with me? 3000.
Oh, I am with you. And I see Juan Miguel Exposito is throwing out questions about the milliseconds from the last video. And if you have suggestions, please upload them to the Dropbox folders. You have them in the description of this video. So if you have found something and you know how to fix it, upload your suggestion there and we can take a look at it. Right now, we're trying to write these design requirements on this stream.
Awesome. So here is how high level this section is. Kick drum, snare drum, hi-hat, bass, vibraphone. Oh, cymbal. So, and this should be 11. Oh, it is 11. So we have user instruments, we have user inputs, we have instruments. Can we make another category? We have drivetrain. Or perhaps we should say power inputs. Actually, it's even better. Power inputs is crank, foot pedal. Oh wait, the flywheel will input power.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It will actually input power. Yeah, it will input power when I'm not.
Bicycle?
Yeah, the bicycle. We have marble handling. So we can say for example, let me know if you find something out or if the chat finds something out.
Yeah.
Marble drop, marble gate, marble divider. That hurts. Those memories.
The divider. Woo!
Marble lift, marble catch.
And here we go. Peter O'Neill. Would the actual programming pins programs be listed here?
Yes, they are in. They should be here in under user inputs, music program, programming pins.
Yeah, there we go.
So right on the money. So I'm gonna do from. I'm gonna start from the bottom, from the lift. So we have marble lift. And then we have the divider, then we have the gate, then we have the drop, then we have the catch. And that's the highest level description of the marble loop, cycle loop.
Amy Soika. Marble user journey, ? Is that something to think about in the future, perhaps?
Marble user journey for the marble itself?
Yeah. How they travel through the machine.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's pretty brilliant. That's a little bit exactly what I did here. Yeah, that's fun perspective.
Yeah.
The user journey, the user story, I think people also say. So something else that we know, another category that we kind of know, like structure.
Doro says here, and one category could be output for cable management and also mics.
Good one. Very good. So I have a structure frame. So should we call it
output was kind of nice.
Our audio output, microphones. Maybe just
aux.
Maybe just call it audio capture device from OBS. It should maybe just be microphones, or even more high level,
electronics.
Capture electronics, which is then microphones, and cameras.
The organ guy cable management is also for Bowden cables.
Yes.
And now a lot of people in chat are saying the motor should be under electronics somewhere, but there is no motor in this one.
Motor.
There is no motor. There is no spoon.
If there was a motor, it would be here in the power inputs.
Yes.
And it's not there, so it won't be there.
We have no motor.
Capture electronics, microphones, cameras. Cables are kind of included. Microphones. Yeah, this is high level. High level. I was thinking about. Oh yeah, memory. We don't have programmable memory.
And here we go, Damian Villa. These are not requirements. These are features, and features are solutions, not requirements.
You might be right, but we are in the features section. Well, there is a requirement to have a kick drum. I'm not gonna go all the way. Like, the machine should produce a very bouncy, fat sound that reminds you of a bloody steak beaten into wet asphalt. And then in the next section, like, how should we do that? Maybe with a kick drum. But you're right. But we're not gonna go over the board. There are some things that we know. I'm thinking about so basically, like, if I would act on that suggestion, it would be like the machine need to handle. Then I would write it like the machine would need to be able to lift marbles, divide the marbles into and I think I want to do that here under paragraph 6.
New Normac, shouldn't there be marble types?
That's a good suggestion. That's also down here.
Detail requirements?
Yeah. So I think it's a very useful thing to start the document.
Bass amplifier.
With this kind of one word way of writing, where we have on the highest level a feature and a requirement, and then write them as requirements here. So I'm just thinking if I should, because what you said that they are not requirements, it's actually true, but we're also under the features headline. So I think we're safe.
And as usual, a lot of cowbells in chat.
Programmable memory, programming wheel, and then the big thing to be discussed.
Loop wheel.
Loop wheel. Question mark. That's one of the next thing that I'm going to use a decision matrix to decide. Looks like this.
And there I'm pretty biased, I might add.
You love the loop wheel.
Yes.
That's how I sold this whole project to you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think me too. So what else? What else, actually? Is this the whole machine?
It's done.
It fits on one page.
It should fit on one machine as well then.
So I'm going to make these even smaller so it can fit on one page. There we go. I'm going to make another page break here. Is this the whole machine? Let me zoom out a little bit.
And we have the muting levers, but that's on a different spot, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's on the user inputs.
Yeah.
No, these are actually all existing features, like physical features. This is how I think about this section. Physical features. So we do need to repeat some of the things we wrote in the previous sections. Which is maybe why this becomes redundant. I'm gonna add the lever category here. Levers. Hand controlled levers. Foot controlled levers. It's not completely design agnostic here. I kind of agree with the command, but we're gonna move on.
And we have a lot of people, as always, saying cup holders. And then we have Star-77 who said a cup holder would prove that the mod machine has little to no vibration. So that way it can be like in Jurassic Park, you know, when a T-Rex is coming, we can have a look out on the cup then. You see, cup holder is an essential requirement now.
So here we go, everyone. This is what I've been looking forward to, because today we have made some big vibraphone design requirements.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna go down and get them. They're here.
You start off with that. I'm gonna head off quickly. Be right back.
Nice one, Sir 3K.
I can't handle my headphones.
So these will be the first official requirements, actually. Features, physical features. And we don't have the first step, so I'm going to call this requirements. Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 is going to be detailed requirements. So, and these requirements are on the assembly level. So I'm going to start with making a headline, vibraphone. Vibraphone requirements. So this is the first place in the whole document where we're actually writing requirements. I'm going to paste our text here. And the requirements that we wrote this morning is that after the first hit of a note on the vibraphone, the second hit shall be ready to play the same note after no longer than 300 milliseconds. The third hit of the same note shall be ready to play no longer than 600 milliseconds after the first hit. And I'm actually having to define should be ready to play the same note after no longer than 300 milliseconds with full control over timing in a controlled way. Because what I'm writing this is that we can play fast, but if the marble is not resting, it won't play tight before it's being released. That's why I want two. This design requirement leads us to needing 2 droppers per channel. The second hit shall be ready to play the same note after no longer than 300 milliseconds with full control. With full control, with a fully controlled marble drop. That's what I mean. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks for hanging out with us here.
I love that. When I come back, I just hear blah, blah, blah.
In the trenches. So the next requirement here, the note range in one song shall be chromatic from F3 to F7, 37 notes. The vibraphone shall be able to change the song without changing bars or resonators. So those are the vibraphone requirements. And then we have some sketchpad requirements. So, what other instrument do we want to give a try to write some requirements for? Because we were talking about the next big decision is the loop drum. So let's actually start to freebase here. Drums requirements. And my main motivation to include the loop drum is because I think it can be 4 times as tight as the marbles on the Marble Machine X, who were already really, really, really tight. So I'm already like solution biased because I found this thing to make drums play super tight with this loop wheel, and so I'm gonna write. I'm starting like with what I want. It's requirement, and I'm gonna write this now without mentioning the loop drum, because this requirement will later result in maybe a loop drum is a good idea. Aha! What would you know? What do you say? Would you know? So drums requirements. The snare drum shall be able to play ghost notes.
Oh, yes.
It's not ghost like in band Ghosts.
No, but it sounds badass though. I know what it means.
The snare drum shall be able to play hard, full hits. The snare drum shall be able to play rolls. That's the... I love those.
And Mr. Gonsonator, so drums to use marbles or not, it's gonna be a combination, right?
Yeah, right now I think that.
Yeah.
But since I'm in this document, I have no clue.
You have no clue?
I'm design agnostic.
Well, I can tell you guys that I think it's gonna use both.
Yeah. The snare drum shall be able to play drum rolls. Ghost notes. Let's start with the hard hits. And then blah 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 blah
blah blah blah. Yes.
All drums shall be able to play so I'm gonna quantify and verify by using Marble Machine X as a reference and make it verifiable. To play 4x tighter than the MMX could play with marbles. The snare drum shall be able to play. So the snare drum shall be tunable. The snare drum shall have adjustable damping, not dampening. We learned that the last time.
Amy Soyoka says, Hannes, can you highlight to Martin how the sheet music drives the requirements for the machine and get him to think of it from the POV of playing the Marble Machine song? What a machine would need.
That's a perfect user story approach to the situation. Like to put ourselves into the mind of what we need to play the Marble Machine song.
Put ourselves in the mind of a marble.
But I want to play so many other pieces of music as well. I'm gonna just bold these.
And Bram Borremans, is there a metric you can use to define tightness of drums?
Yeah, so I'm now using MMX as a metric, and it's of course not the best. I guess like hit transients within milliseconds. So what did we have? Oh, can you find the video where I am? It's not the dragons. Is it the Dragon Slayer video? Where I'm doing like, where I'm in Logic in the MMX and I'm measuring. Yeah, it is the Dragon Slayer video, but no. Around that time.
I can see what I can find.
Yeah, it's where I'm showing like the transients. No, it's the timing clutch video.
Timing clutch, yeah, I can see what I can find.
It's the timing clutch video because we have the millisecond metric there, and then I can remove MMX and just give a millisecond. So I'm gonna strike through there and add a fix me here. Fix me. I can also add that the drums shall be able to repeat a 16-beat pattern 4 times. 4 times while also being played by 1 full revolution of the programming wheel. Programming wheel. Four times with added variations coming from notes being played by the programming wheel that turns 1 revolution. That's bad English.
Is it somewhere in this video?
Here comes the important part.
In 140 BPM. And you can play a game and guess what's going to happen with the kick drum. Will it be tight with the rhythm machine? Will it be earlier than the rhythm machine? Or will it be later?
Can I see the intro of this video? Why am I wearing the helmet?
Because you're a cool guy.
I don't...
Time it takes for 1 marble to drop
later.
to here is constant. It doesn't
Here
matter
somewhere?
stroke. We can although notice how consistent
blah blah blah.
it is off.
Yeah,
Let's now check
show, don't
how
tell.
much it is off. 200.
Yeah, later.
It's 210 milliseconds.
Later.
Like that.
It sounds so horrible. Hate it.
Working pretty awesome. Oh no, there's some issues with this.
Oh no!
It's a shame because it's actually.
So
Here
just
comes the
nailed.
important part.
This
Let's
is
see this
here.
then.
what was the name of this video?
Testing the music timing clutch.
Oh, it sounds so horrible.
So have you placed your bids yet?
Ma-
I guess it's
Martin,
going to be.
Shut up, Martin!
Show, don't tell.
Shut up!
Oh, what you
What a
lived,
mess!
you all lived through this. It's not the perfect video. I want to see
late?
where I'm
970.
So when it's playing like a beat, I think it's later in the series.
I will try to find that.
I think it's later in the series. Ugly color grade as well. Too much brightness there. I know. That's my fault. So what we're trying to do is that we're trying to remove this vague. Has to be tighter than MMX, and we try to make this requirement quantifiable and verifiable. Let me improve on this one. The drum shall be able to repeat a 16-beat pattern. Repeat the 16-beat loop wheel pattern 4 times. 4 times per 1 revolution of the programming wheel. So that's the gear train is going to be 1:16 ratio. It's my latest idea. The drums shall be able to add variations coming from notes being played by the programming wheel. The drum shall be able to add variations over 64 beats coming from notes being played by the programming wheel. So these are just early days, drums requirements, vibraphone requirements. Going a little bit into it, drivetrain I think should be up here. Physical features.
And we have a generous super chat here from Gantz. Just says hashtag hair down Hannes. Well, who am I if I don't oblige when you're so generous?
Wow.
Dance monkey.
I know at least one of us can be bought, and I love it. Ooh. There you have it. Unleashed.
Unleash the beast.
The Viking god has been unleashed. Drivetrain. So physical features. For the drivetrain, I'm just going to add. I'm gonna go a little bit in so you can see what I'm doing. For the drivetrain, I'm going to add. That's wrong. No. Some power transmission with gear reduction, such as timing. No, power transmission with gear reduction. Design agnostic, timing belt or gears is not going to be in here. Just a category. So what I'm after here is like how many beaters and marbles do we need for the snare drum? So I'm going to do the same. So first of all, we have drums general requirements, and here we have snare drum requirements. Let me do some kick drum requirements. The kick drum shall be able to play hard hits. The kick drum shall be able to play soft hits. I want dynamic control. Perhaps we will be able to have like a sliding scale, or it's just going to be hard soft. It's just going to be 2 levels. That could be enough. No rolls on the kick drum. The kick drum shall be tunable. Oh, the kick drum shall be an off-the-shelf component. I wonder if I'm overstepping there. Yeah, I'm probably overstepping. Do you find it?
No, I'm trying. I'm trying over here.
It could be something with playing tight, or
Yeah, I'm trying all of them.
I think the video is starting maybe with some when I'm standing in front of the computer, like nodding my head to the beat.
That we're in the right path.
It could be like play all the drums or something. What about in that video? Marble Machine X played drums.
No, I didn't see it there. Sadly.
Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. So let's see what we should do with this sketchpad. I'm thinking and
a nice little support from Adam Volny. And Adam says a measurable way of defining drum tightness might be the max standard deviation of time difference between drum hit and a true metronome in milliseconds.
I love that. So let's see. To play, let me take that straight off. That was brilliantly put. All drums shall be able to play within a deviation of XX milliseconds from the perfect transient position. So my idea with the loop wheel is that if we can make the drums play even tighter, and then the vibraphone and the bass plays as tight as the Marble Machine X could do, then we have something really good cooking, because we have a tight drummer and the rest of the band can kind of depend on that. So I think I want to see how we can move forward.
Oh yes, I think I finally found the video.
Oh, you found it. Let's have a look at it. Listen to some Marble Machine X. It's kind of fun. I haven't seen this. Look at Martin. So unknowing. Sounds bad. This was awesome.
Here comes the graphics soon, don't miss it. Here comes the logic overlay, I think.
Oh, this must be the video.
Yeah.
This must be the video. But go a little bit.
1 minute in
Go
here.
a little bit forward where I'm doing the transients.
Still playing tight. Which programming section is which? So I could divide the sections up, color code them, and then measure all the latencies.
Yeah.
and
This is what I'm
enter
after.
the
Nice
values
one,
into
Hannes.
My Dragon Slayer Chapter 2 spreadsheet.
Oh, pause
I
there.
tried to
Pause there. Sum 13 average. Is this the average millisecond? Okay, go. We want so Dragon Slayer Chapter 2. We want this frame by the end of the video. My final result after like switching the slaying the. If we can find the last time I'm showing the document. Let's listen to here a little bit when it's playing. There are a lot of different hits, and then I calculated the average of all hits to know exactly how much I should shift a programming section back and forth. To Horrible
adjust the
system.
position of a programming section, I can change
Looks
the number
cool,
of
but
shim
horrible.
washers.
Oh, I feel sorry for myself.
The
Feel
touching
so
bolt
sorry
is
for myself
pointing
right now.
against
I
the
should
position
not.
plate on
It
the
was fun.
neighboring programming section.
Here
The
comes-
shim washers are 0.1 millimeter thin.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
in
yeah,
theory,
yeah.
I should be able to slide the programming sections
So in
in 0.1
In theory.
millimeter increments. I ended up doing 5 tests, taking all the programming sections off and altering the shim washers before I got to.
What
Ignore the snare.
what did I say there then?
Bro. From here, the only improvement possible is to move to the stud-welded programming plates from HBS, as they won't have this issue at all. HBS has a very nice video on their YouTube channel showing them making stud welding tests for the Marble Machine
Shout out
X.
to everyone who
This is
helps
going to
me
be
with the failed
really,
Marble Machine
really
X.
cool to see full size.
Feel
I've
so
been
sorry for
sitting
everyone
here
that I
recording
let
and
down on that
entering the
project.
measurements in the spreadsheet almost the whole day. Sun is gone. I talked a lot about delayed gratification.
Yeah.
this
Talk
project,
less
and
generally.
to me, it's becoming more and more the theme of this whole project. I think I'm making a masterpiece. Actually,
I think
right
I'm
now when I'm seeing the numbers,
Making a masterpiece.
Delayed
gratification is the theme of this project,
okay.
A masterpiece.
Masterpiece, yeah.
Actually.
Actually.
I think more.
Oh, poor Martin.
Good number.
Just, I wanted a rain filter now and just some sad music.
I wasn't able to
Okay, so we're
focus
looking
like
for
this on
something.
grind.
Can you find
I
the
was somewhere else. Probably.
So-
the
so
project
put the
was
sound
too
off
painful at the
and
time.
find the sheet again?
Yeah, I don't think there is a sheet again. Is this the closest we're getting to the cheat? In the background there? Perhaps.
Yeah, but we can see it there.
Shims.
I can find it actually online. I still have the document.
I don't see.
Can you see
anymore.
what the document is called?
Dragon Slayer. Oh,
Maybe I can find the document.
Dragon Slayer Chapter 2. Can
Yeah.
it be that
I'm
one?
gonna go find the document.
Ooh!
What a genius idea,
What,
right?
what a journey!
Oh, that was fun to see, though. I love how it feels like it's another crazy world. So I'm going to go find. Let's go here. Once again, Dragon Slayer.
Chapter 2.
Dragon Slayer. Chapter 2, I have it.
You found it?
I found it. Brilliant. Okay, so
This is a trip down memory lane. There we have it! Wow!
wow. So this is a good remember that we should like. Oh God, this
We
is
have some
so
info
horrible.
from the previous, so
Yeah. We should like we have some info. So delay in milliseconds. Positive means kick is behind. Negative kick is early. So on test 1, these are the averages, I think. Yeah, because I wanted to know if it was early or late. And also, this programming, the new machine is going to be so much tighter. Test 1, quarter sections. So these are for the different plates. So here you can see, what do we have? -2, -1, -3, -4. So what we are interested in now is kind of the difference between these hits. So that's 2 steps difference on this row. So let's go to the lowest test. Move 5. What is all this? Jeez. And then it's interesting. So something super interesting. Check this one. This is the same. These 3 values.
Can you zoom in a bit?
Yes, I was just thinking.
Can you zoom in less? Oh yes, there we go. Thank you.
So here's something interesting. In this cell up here, number 13 that I'm highlighting, can you see it?
Yep.
That's the same note as this one down here with 5. And as you can see here, 13 is always after the first note. And it's repeated down here. So this was 13 and then 5 is after. Meaning, when you see this being repeated, and here it doesn't follow, but mostly it follows. Like this cell is the same note as this cell, and they play much earlier than this cell constantly. Meaning, the programming pins are not, if I understand it correctly, the programming pins are not exact enough. So I think the new way of making it with a rotor CNC machine is going to be so much more efficient. I'm just going to show that, so to bring everyone who's in the stream on board on what I'm actually talking about. We are going to have...
Oh, too early for that?
It's too early. Like, if I'm ever building this machine, I'm not going to use those stupid plates. I'm going to use this CNC rotary CNC machine. And the whole video that we just saw from the last process would never have to be made with this this manufacturing technique, because we will know that the holes are even around the whole wheel. We don't have 4 different plates, but still I think we can find out here the millisecond difference. So let's just take some quick example here. This row, 28, 18, 22. So here's 10 millisecond difference on this row. I'm just gonna say a few. 10 milliseconds. Here is 14. So 10, 14. Thousandths of a second mistake. This is less. Where can I find the worst one? Here's 8 to 25. That's even more. How much is that? 14. It's like 18, 17. I'm not good at this. 17. So 17 milliseconds I find there of error. So this is like the
inconsequentiality.
Yes, the this is showing the marble machine how inconsistent it is. So what did I say? The 17 I said maximum. 7 to 23, that's less. So here it's playing really, really well. I think I found like the worst example here. You see here's only 11 difference. And here, here is, this is worse. 21 difference here. Let's use 20.
Okay, for the minimum.
So I'm gonna say that the Marble Machine X played at worst, like 20. And we can go to our design requirements. And we can then say that the machine, where are we? the drums, all drums shall be able to play within a deviation of 5, because that's 1/4 of 20. 5 milliseconds from the perfect transient position. Boom. We have a quantifiable design requirement.
We got there.
A pretty big one as well. Do you want to hear 5 milliseconds, everyone?
Yeah, please.
Should we go to
Yeah,
Logic?
please.
And actually, so you want to hear what 5 milliseconds is?
Yeah, this is gonna be brilliant.
So, yeah, hopefully. I'm going to...
Oh, no.
I'm going to put 2... Let's put something more... what do we have here? Let's put a snare drum instead. This one is a good transient. So the first one is, I think you have to actually, can you remove the gate, Hannes, in your Logic from the ATEM? Because the gate is ruined stuff right now. It's
The gate.
cutting
Yes.
it's cutting the transient for the viewers.
There we go.
Yeah, that sounds better. It sounds more like a transient. So here we have 2 hits. Let's loop this. So if we place the first one on something that is easy to read, 300 milliseconds. I'm gonna place this one
20.
to 5.
5.
5 milliseconds later. There. So from the first one to the second one is the range for Marble Machine 3. Are you ready?
Yes.
Wait. Maybe it can't. Yeah, you don't hear it. Let me make 2 shots.
Okay.
It's 2 sounds there.
No.
So let me just drag it. Let me give you something we can hear. 10 milliseconds.
He's starting to hear it at least.
Let me show 20.
The MMX way.
Yeah, this is the deviation, the worst
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, there you can hear it.
So if this is true, and if we can get to 5,
We're golden.
we're pretty absolutely golden. So yeah, I am delighted about taking this more theoretical approach and writing. We have actually started writing these design requirements, and I'm delighted to have such golden audience with us. I think I want my best friend, Hannes Sir 3K. I have other best friends, by the way. There's a competition. Honorary to take this home. Thanks everyone for this day.
It's been an amazing day, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you so much for the beautiful chats. See you on the next one.